My name is Jim Winterton. I've been fortunate enough to coach the United States team for 14 years. During that time, we had an undefeated record. Went down to Mexico for a year and a half. We did very well there. I've also had 8 national junior champions and been fortunate enough to be named a whole bunch of titles like USOC Coach of the Year and things like that. And how did I accomplish all this as a coach? In a word, not great coaching, great athletes. That's the best thing. But another thing is a system that we're going to show you today based on the fundamentals. And one of the things that I get to me a lot, especially from professional players, you know, I don't want to learn the fundamentals, I just want to learn some secrets, some tips. Well, unfortunately, if you don't have good fundamentals, you're always going to have a weakness in your game. And one of my favorite sayings is, how good do you have to get before you can stop working on the fundamentals? My students know the answer is never. And if you were to watch a top Major League Baseball game or football game, you'll see those professional athletes working on the fundamentals before the game starts. So no matter how good you get, you have to work on the fundamentals. And my favorite saying is, practice makes perfect isn't true, perfect practice makes perfect is. So that when you get into pressure situations and big matches, you're not thinking about the outcome, you're thinking about the process. And to start with, we're going to start like we do any other student. In fact, sometimes I've had top 10 pros in my club, along with C students, doing the same exact drills. Now, today, we have a number of outstanding players with us, and we're going to work with these players. I'm going to show you the progression as we move along. A word of warning here, if you have not watched the beginning video, I don't care how advanced you are, it's a good idea to watch the beginning video because you're going to lose something. There are some drills that I have in beginning video that you can use here, and you're also going to understand the fundamental process better. So let's bring everybody in. Let's get started. We have some top players of every type of open and pro level. Come on in. We got Simon. Come on in, Simon. We got Damien here, and Michelle, and we got Tom. All right, now one thing that everybody needs to know, when you do something good, you have to give me some string. Michelle will demonstrate. Good. When you do something good, that's what's going to happen. All right, we're going to start with forehand, and this is a very simple drill. It's the same drill we do to beginners. We're going to keep our feet set. We're going to drop our hips. Watch out. And you're just going to drop the ball out. You're going to hit, and you're going to hold the pose. Now, the key here is to turn and hold the pose, just like that. I want you to use your back side of your body, okay? So you're going to drop the ball. And by the way, I should speak to the camera a little bit about this, you instructors out there. When you get a player like this level, this guy could beat me up one side and down the other. You have to give him some respect. And it's a very humbling experience to have somebody tell you, you got to change your game, especially when they can beat you by 17 points in a game to 15. But Tom's that kind of player. But I want to get Tom using his back side, not his front side. Bring your tootsies slightly over, no matter how weird this feels. I want you to get your power from here. Just drop it out there and hit it. All right, good, good. Now again, a note to all you advanced instructors, we're not going to be able to do this today, but if I was to work with Tom on a regular basis, the first thing I'd want to do is get rid of the wavy gravy. Now let me explain what wavy gravy is. At the top of his backswing, something weird's happening up here. That's wavy gravy. And that excess motion, when somebody's hitting the ball at you at 160 miles an hour, when you got a little wavy gravy up here, that's going to cost you some points. All right? Let's see if we can keep that stationary and do the same thing. Drop it. There you go. Now, we're going to get Tom under my roof. Drop it. Under my roof. This is my roof, so I want you under the roof. All right, same swing, under my roof. Good. Now, this young man just generated about 35 miles an hour more power by dropping his center of gravity and getting lower. All right, go ahead. Hit it. All right, now, you've moved your feet, all right? So we got Damien moving his feet. We want to stop him from moving his feet, put the racket there. Go ahead, same swing, don't move your feet. felt like you're going to fall over, didn't it? Right? Okay. And the reason that Damian felt like he was going to fall over is because he's not using his lower part of his body. He's using the upper part of the body to hit the ball. So, we happen to have a few tricks. Let's do trick number 1. All right, just keep that there. Give me the ball. All right, and just turn like you're turning into the ball. Just turn like this. Turn, feet wider. Okay, now pivot on your back toe. That's it. Pivot. Good. Now we got him using this lower part of his body, right? Okay, man. Here we go. All right, now all I want you to do, and I don't care where the ball goes. It doesn't matter where the ball goes. It goes up, down, all over the place. Doesn't matter. All that matters is that you use the back side of your body to hit the ball. Toss the ball out there. Good. And Damian didn't have to screw his body up in all these kind of weird contortions to hit the ball. He stayed level. Let's try it again. Excellent. Good man. Give me some string, bud. Next. All right. Now we have Michelle, right-hander. Okay, now feet wide, nice and wide, wider. And you want to widen people's feet out. And if you think about it, if the wider your feet are, the lower the ball's going to be. And when your feet are, now you don't want to get them out so wide you can't move afterwards, but you want your feet wider than your shoulders. This is the house, this is the foundation. Another thing is, you want this Tootsie pointing to that corner. If she keeps her foot closed, close it. All right? Now lean forward. She puts a lot of pressure on her knee, and that's a good way of hurting your knee. So if I'm swinging like this and I'm rotating over this knee, that's a good way of hurting it. So you just open it like this, and that's fine. If you start from here, you've got a half a swing and then a swing. Well, when the ball's coming at you at 130 miles an hour, and you got a half and a full versus just a full, you've got too much racket movement in there. So I want to start from here. Now here's another thing. Michelle, I watched you this morning. You pull your racket back like this, right? Okay, just lift. Do it again, lift. Isn't that easy? You don't have to get your elbow high for more power, contrary to popular belief. You can carry it down here and do very well. When you get to the top levels of the men's pro and all that, yeah, you got to get that up there. But right here, this looks comfortable for Michelle, and this works for her. So just go ahead, drop the ball out there and whack it. All right, now you see how close the ball was? You were jammed, right? Drop it out, away. There you go, good, excellent. Now don't move your feet. Players always want to cheat with their feet because that makes them feel more comfortable. So, put your toe right next to that racket. Okay, get out, drop the ball out there. Don't move your feet, use your balance. Go ahead. Good. Good, now, drop down, all right? And I want you to put a wiggle in your waggle. Now here's what a wiggle in your waggle is. I'm gonna be talking about this during a drive serve. You actually, when you drop it, you got a little turn away and turn in. So this is the wiggle in the waggle. Wiggle, waggle. So you get a little rhythm in there. All right? Go ahead. All right, now drop it and then do it though. You need a nice high bounce. It's basically just a turn away and turn in. All right, turn away and turn in. There you go. Now drop that back knee a little bit. Get lower, under my roof. Drop the back knee, same thing. Okay, follow through level. Follow through level. All right, good. Now, at this point in the process, instructors, we don't care where the ball goes. She's hitting the ball in a different place, so she's not going to be as accurate as she would if she was hitting the ball close to her. Go ahead. Drop it out there and whack it. Good. Okay. You're graduated, kid. String. All right, set your feet nice and wide. Wider. Okay, good. Now drop the ball out without moving your feet and hit it. Drop it out. Good. Good. Drop it out to the side and hit it. Good. All right, now, Simon has what we call a dinky-do. All right, I got some terms, and one of them is dinky-do. Just put your racket on the ball, Simon. Set your feet, put your racket on the ball. Good. This is where Simon's going to hit the ball. He's got a slight dinky-do, but he's got a dinky-do. This means if he's going to hit the ball here, he has to turn his wrist slightly right here to hit the ball. So I want him, relax, I want him out here so he hits that extension. See how much, so if he hits the ball out here, instead of in here, he's going to hit the ball harder. If he drops down and hits the ball out here, he's going to hit the ball harder and be more accurate and have more power. Follow me? All right? And by my terminology, dinky-do. Okay. Here, all you coaches out there, here's what we do. We go scouting. We get our scouting sheet, and we look, and we see one person doing this or one person doing that. Whether they're doing this or they're doing that. Those are dinky-doos. Here, here. What do? Keep the ball low and hard right at the dinky-do. They're going to make unforced errors. When you see somebody hitting the ball flat on both sides, then you got trouble. Then you got to really play. But the other people will beat themselves. Go ahead, whack it. Good. Did you notice how much more power you got? And you notice how the ball stays out of center court? My E-force on my back, you can't see. My chest is facing the front wall. I toss it. E-force comes almost to the front wall. Now, I'm not twisting myself into a pretzel, so it does. I'm doing about a turn like this, and then when I finish, E-force is towards the back. Now, here's another secret. I get so upset because people don't understand the backhand. They think it's a spin. And I have instructors teaching spin when you hit the ball. You don't spin. You can spin if you're 6'6". You can step sideways and spin, I guess. But most people have to step forward, and it's not a spin. It's a slight shift with your hips, and then it's a swing. It's not a spin. That's really important to know. Now, I'll show you again what I mean by that. As I go to hit the ball, my hips shift forward. Shift. It's just a slight shift, and then hit. They don't stay forward. They shift forward and then kind of back. So it's forward and back like this. Got the left-handers hitting the forehand here, feet wider. And you people, I'm going to be really a bear about your feet wide because when we go to the drive serve, it's going to be really important. All right, go ahead. Drop it out there. Whack it. Okay, good. Now, set up. All right, now, this thing right here. Okay, now start your swing. Go. Come on. All right, perfect. Now, if we were watching Tom from the back, you'd see the logo on his strings, and he follows through over the ball flat like that. He's got a darn good forehand swing without any dinky-doos in it. All right, go ahead. All right? All right, man. Drop it. All right? Feet wider and use your back hip. That's the key, back hip. There you go. Picked up a little power. Okay, next, hop in here. All right, Damien, feet wide. All right, drop it out away from you. Don't move your feet. Oh, we got some wavy gravy there, don't we? All right, we got all sorts of weird things going on there. All right, man. Right here, just lift. Just lift, just like this. All right? Go ahead. All right, now the racket's behind his head. When Damien pulls the racket back to hit it, it's like this. Now from here to here, excess motion, excess motion. Here comes the coach. I'm scouting the match. People always say, well, what are you scouting? What are you looking for? You know what I tell them? Nothing. I don't want them to know these top secrets, but now you know them. Here's one of the things I look for. If I see this to here, that's excess motion. If I see wavy gravy, excess motion. If you keep the ball low and hard at excess motion, sooner or later, the floor beats you. Not an opponent, the floor. You make unforced errors. Okay, keep it simple, just lift. Now we're going to start with it lifted. To make it simple so you don't mess up, just start like that and leave it that way. There you are. Just drop it out and turn. You feel yourself pull it back. All right, start again. And now you can't pull it back. Go ahead. There you go. All right. Now pretend I'm still there, doing it. Go ahead. There you go, see? Now, watch this. Don't listen to this. Instructors only. Do it the wrong way. Do it the way you were doing it. Now do it the right way. Good. All right, you see the difference? And now Damien knows the difference when he goes to practice. Does he make him do it the wrong way and do it the right way, and he knows? I want you to get your power from your back side, not your front side. All right, now out and around and not up and down. We got something we're going to do in a second that's going to really help you. First of all, make the letter X. See the letter X? Toss, turn, turn. Now, it's not up and down like this. It's out and around like that. All right? Just think of wiping the dishes off the table. Good. Everything was perfect except where you dropped it. Drop the ball a little further forward in your stance. Good. All right, now don't lean forward so much. Keep your weight back more. All right, now do your swing. All right, but rotate on that back toe. Use your back side. Rotate. Turn. There you go. How'd that feel? All right, felt better, didn't it? Because you're not using a lot of energy. Do one more, and we'll get Simon in here. All right, start with your racket up, not your racket down. Racket up, up. Good, now do it. Good. Turn away and turn in. Toss, turn, turn. Toss, turn, turn. Oh, ho, ho. Woo. That was great. Toss, turn, turn. Oh, you're moving. Don't move that toe. Set your feet. Okay. Now, make the letter X. Toss, turn. Now, at this point, you got to get your power from here. Turn. Keep your weight back. Pivot on that toe. Pivot on that toe. Pivot on your back toe. Pivot, pivot, pivot. No. Backside. Back here. This is where you're going to get your drive from. Right there, which turns your hip. You see? Okay. Let your arm go spaghetti, and just use your body and drag your racket through. Try it. All right, good. Simon thinks he's got to go down and kill the ball. He doesn't. All he has to do, turn, keep turning. All right, keep turning like this. Relax, relax, and then just extend. Hit it flat. That's all you got to do. Okay, go ahead and try it. Good, good. And all we care about is that it's nice and flat. Out and around, out and around. Now we've done the drop and hit on both sides, and now we're ready for the crossover drill. Good. Get your weight from the front side, not the back side. Try it again, Tom. All right, good. All right. Go ahead, Damien. And now stop with that wavy gravy. No wavy gravy. Good. That's the way. See how simple it is? It's so simple, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Toss, crossover, turn. All right? Now the ball's too close to you, wasn't it? So you can toss it out further away. All right? Now you got to go out and around, not up and down. Do it again. Toss, turn. Okay. Toss it and turn. All right, here we go. Again. Good, keep your weight back, toss, turn. Now don't lean so forward so much. I want your weight back. Go ahead and do your step again. Step over, step. Now, see this? This is what Simon's doing. He's leaning forward, which means he's emptying his gun. He's got nothing left to hit the ball with. So instead, when you step over, instead of stepping like this, you step and you keep your weight back like that, you see? Step, step, keep your weight back. Ooh, still too much forward. Try it again. Step, keep your weight back. Step, there you go. Good, now do that and hit the ball. Keep your weight back and hit it. Oh man, that was good. String, that was perfect. So we do the same thing. We toss the ball out in front of us, we shuffle, and we release our hips. It's just a shuffle forward, release our hip. All right, try to drop the ball a little more in front of you, so you got to shuffle. You know what this is like? This is like the short ceiling ball that you come back and you come in on, okay? Good. Good job. One more. All right, good. Toss it, shuffle. All right? Need a shuffle, Damien. Give us a shuffle, man. Shuffle. All right? Push, hop. Push, hop. A little better shuffle. That was kind of like a hop. All right? Now, keep your racket up and back while you do that. All right? Almost had it. It came back. Did you catch that? You see how the racket came back? Keep it away from you. Do it again. Keep the racket away from you. Better. Now, Damien, it's tough to change 3 things at once, isn't it? So what I suggest you do is go back, just work on the shuffle first, then work on keeping this away, and then put it together. Go ahead. Drop it forward. All right? If I was going to shuffle, tell me which way works the best. Does this way look right? Or does this way look right? Which way looks the best? The second way is actually the best. You know why? I started up here. I didn't start down there. Okay? All right, go ahead. All right, shuffle, 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 and hit. That's it. Keep your feet wide when you shuffle. Go ahead. Shuffle. There you go. You need me to yell at you to do it? Good job. Watch Simon. Oh, man, you're tough. That's good. Weight back. See, I like teaching Simon just a short little correction of keeping the weight back, and he's all over it. The idea of this drill is to keep both feet moving and work on control, work on racket prep, and work on power. After a while, a player will get so good, they can move on 2 feet up and down the wall, following the ball, keep it off the side wall. We have a left-hander. We'll do the backhand side, Tom. Have you ever done this drill? Okay, so Tom's a pro at this drill, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, go ahead. All right, now he follows it up on 2 feet, keeping his weight back. All right. All right. All right. All right. Good. Good. Now, people often say to me, you know, what do you do with these advanced players, you know? What do you do with someone that's so good that, I mean, what do you do with them? Well, it'd surprise you to know, or maybe it wouldn't surprise you to know, every single level of play. Currently, I'm talking with top names in this sport who have same little mechanical deficiencies that cost them points. And I'm going to pick on Tom for a second. And when Tom does this drill, his backhand comes way up here and around, which is excess motion. He's got an inverted type thing going here that's going to cost him points at some point in time when he plays against big players. I would work on shortening that up. Rather than me telling Tom what I think a good drive serve should be, which will do nothing but, actually Tom's the kind of guy who wouldn't care. He'd go ahead and serve it anyways. But some students might try to please the instructor. You teach a lot of students. Doesn't that happen to you? You say, if you tell them what you want beforehand, instead of doing it their way, and then oftentimes you'll find that a student is very close to doing it the right way, and all you'd have to do is tweak them a little bit. So what I want to see from Tom is just his normal drive serve. Now, he's not warmed up. Here's another thing. Don't go out and have someone try to hit a full-speed drive serve when they're not warmed up. Make sure that they don't ever do that, because it's a good way of getting injured. Okay, so Tom is going to take his stance. This is the 2-step drive serve, and just go ahead and serve it. You want to go left or right? Okay, you're going to go to the right. Okay, he's going to hit it to the right. All right, that's a pretty good drive serve. That's a darn good drive serve, in fact. Show him your stance when you start. Okay, now most players don't start like this. You notice his heel's kind of like this? In fact, sometimes his heel could even be like this. Now take your first step. All right, now he takes a big first step. Now, I think most players take too big of a first step. Now take your second step. Okay. The first step was so big that he's not going to be able to release his hips well on the second step. The second step is sideways, not forward, which means he cuts the distance down between him and the ball. This is the distance between him and the ball. Now, humor me. Step forward instead of small step, big step. Now, big step. Good. Now, if Tom puts his racket on the ball, now he's got more leverage. Now he can go right or left with the same amount of leverage. All right, now go back and step sideways again. When he steps sideways and swings, look at what has to do the work, the lower back. All right, step forward. Now his weight, you have a little too much weight back. Now Tom hits the ball hard. When I get through with him, they're going to be replacing panels here at this club. If he keeps his weight back here, the step looks like his weight's forward, but his weight's here.